During the last funeral rites of the NUP spokesperson, his wife, WAISWA MUFUMBIRO, the father-in-law of his wife came out and gave some pertinent speech, which I found interesting. In fact, I want to play it to you so that I can discuss it, because WAISWA MUFUMBIRO's father is a former chief magistrate. He knows a little bit of the law. And he came out to speak about the law and all that surrounds WAISWA MUFUMBIRO's case. WAISWA MUFUMBIRO's father said these statements. Listen very carefully, because they are going to form a basis for a discussion. Here's the tape.
It is mubuzibu abaddemu naye nga mu wiiki watagenda lwakusatu alina ogenda olwokutaano mukomera. Every week, I think even the last was the other week, Wednesday, and that time she was really weak. I think I was told
So what Alex WAISWA MUFUMBIRO's father is saying is his wife used to visit him in hospital. I've normally read so many books of politicians and different people. One of the people you should hold in high regard is family. Most especially if you go in jail the first weeks and months, friends can come and visit you, but if you stay longer, it's only family that remains. So you clearly see that his wife used to visit him twice a week. It cannot be possible for other politicians. Let's continue with the video.
Alex nagezaako omugamba nti Katonda singa akwayo emyezi emirala ebiri nyinza okusanga. That has not come to happen. Netuwa muwulidde wano nze ni munnamateeka nkoze amateeka emyaka egisuuka 3. I retired as a chief magistrate. During our time, it was even an offense as a judicial officer not to give a ruling of bail instant. You would be called. If you adjourned a case to give a ruling on bail, you would receive a letter to explain. But today, it has become a mode. Abalamuzi bajja mu kooti, state n'agamba nti I'm not ready to verify documents. What documents are they verifying? LC letter ne national ID. N'akyagaliramu ewiiki meka 2. Ne bazimuwa. N'akomawo n'ateekamu objection. Ne bamuwa nawe wiiki 2 eza ruling. Ogwo si gwe mwezi. Kati olwo lwenaabeerawo ate olwo omulamuzi tabeerawo. Ne bagongerayo. Olwo emyezi 2 gikoze eki. Naye ng'abakulu tebakifaako.
So I think I've normally talked about this in my videos. One, how can you, most especially the judiciary and the Chief Justice Flavian Jaiza, if you're watching this video, how can you come out and explain that a person can apply for bail for 5 years without giving a ruling? How? Do you know that base judge ever applied for bail for more than 1 year is going to 2 years without getting one? And it's the modus operandi. In fact, for me, I rather ask for bail and you give me a ruling that it is not granted or granted, so that I can move on in another court, maybe High Court or Court of Appeal, than telling you that you wait for another week as you're in jail. How can you explain that people were caught in 2021 general election, before the 2021 election, are still in jail without their bail application being heard for 5 years? You could see that the judiciary was subjugated. And most especially this happens on political cases. The reason why democracies grow is because the judiciary does judicial activism. I'll continue saying this. Imagine if political prisoners were given bail each time they are brought to court. Even the person arresting them would maybe get other means of disciplining them. But whenever the regime holds a political person, brings him to court, and he stays in prison for 2 years, 3 years without being heard, you just embolden the regime to arrest more. So our judiciary was subjugated. And under Flavian Jaiza, although I have little hope in him, there are some things which are supposed to be talked about. Let's continue with the video.
It is normal now to adjourn cases as they feel. Back to the gambo, era twewunya nnyo ffe abamu abaakoledda oba abisomedda tetumanya amateeka kati bwe gaakyuka oba naye ate tegakyukanga n'oluzungu terukyukanga ekigambo shall tekifuukangako will, because shall in law is mandatory. And now those who made the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda said someone on a capital offense after 60 days shall be granted a court bond. But our courts today, they are interpreting it as they wish.
So, first of all, what WAISWA's father is saying that a person is supposed to get a mandatory bail after 6 months, unless he did a corrupt offense. Corrupt offenses are like killings, murder, etc. But a person who was arrested for mere, I think, drilling, how can you tell me that he can be on remand for more than 6 months? Because WAISWA Mufumbiiro was arrested before November, December, January, February, March. Before it, I think it was October. They were supposed to get mandatory bail. What they did was to first remove off the cases, then bring them back. So you clearly see that our judges, they are cadre judges. Even me, who's not a lawyer, I can see through that this is persecution using the criminal justice system to settle scores. Let's continue with WAISWA Mufumbiro's father.
Because all these people, now you go to prisons, they are overcrowded. Why? Our judicial officers, kintu kirawo kyakusanyiramu obulamu bw'abantu obabulekaawo nga bwe baagala. Ate ffe batusomesezanga tugamba nti ffe otuprotectinga rights z'abantu, era ffe twakolera nga tebatukkiriza kutuula mu security meeting woba okulira district oba region oba yita security meeting nga bagamba onaagituulamu nga bateesa nti olwo tugende tukole panda gaali ate nga nawe wabaddemu ne bakwata abantu ekiro kyonna bikibi ne babaleeta ate mu kootiyo kati onaabakolako otya. So ffe nga you can't sit in such security meetings oba bikola ebyabwe state ne kooti eba kooti, naye kyakusaalirwa kati ennaku zino kooti zaffe zifuuse kibaagala tebazikozesa. Kyenjagadde nakyo okukituusa nti kituveemu nti bannange oba tunerwanako tukyasimanyi, but the judiciary, the way it is interpreting the law, as far as I know, it has not changed, but our people are interpreting it kifuula nnenge. Always bagamba nti waliwo akasimu akava awalala. Ffe twakola nga tetubufuna abantu abata, naye bannaffe abaliwo kati tetumanyi kye baliko. Era ensi eno twesabire, waliwo tunaagenda mu ngeri eyo bajja kukwata bakusuula eri bakwerabireyo, because there are people who are rotting there.
So that is Alex WAISWA Mufumbiro's father, and we all see what is going on. For me, I even failed. Njaga Chief Justice Avea explaining how can Besigye be on remand for 2 years. His case has never been heard. State Prosecutor General Gas nchali tabujulizi n'agenda. Nzo embeera nga nze judge atudde musango saagala kwogera ku musango ku mention demons because there is a rule of subjudice. But how can you tell me for 2 years they failed to bring evidence? How can you tell me for 5-6 years they failed to bring evidence to the political prisoners and they still be in jail? Uganda is a laughing stock, and as we go like this, hate is breeding. Okay, and it is very dangerous for our country. The country will be split up. It will blow up because of one, the three arms of government, it looks like they were subjugated by a certain individual who caused the shots. Of course, it's my opinion, it's truly Mr. Makinde Kabesura and Margaret. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.